Hi, good morning, friends. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are in the world today. We are delighted to welcome you to the Digital CX Global Summit. Customer experience, as we understand in the post-pandemic era, has gone through a sea change. It's extremely important for all of us in the business to realize how are we managing our customers, how is the customer journey really shaping up. This being an extremely important subject, all of us here have gathered to highlight the key aspects on customer experience, and I'm delighted to welcome our esteemed panelist, Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar. He's logging in from Miami. Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar is a visionary and a techno leader. Dr. Bhaskar is a global thought leader in financial inclusion, making banking as a solution for more and more customers to sign up and use. We would now like to hear from Dr. Bhaskar, but I'll still read out the formal introduction to all of you of Dr. Bhaskar, because that would help us understand the depth of knowledge that we are going to be listening to over the next 30 minutes. So Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar is the chairman and CEO of EST Global. EST Global is based in MIT and is attached to the Cambridge Innovation Ecosystem, US. Dr. Bhaskar is a global leader in financial inclusion and thrives on digital evolution, fintech revolution. He is leading various continents with banking projects, not just in India, but across Africa, across North America. We would now listen to the evangelist, Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar. Over to you, sir. Thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you, Rachna ji. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our attendees and viewers and speakers. Media Resources has rolled out the Global Digital CX Summit series, and I'm very happy to be here and honored to be here to share my views. And thank you, Rachna ji, for giving such an enlightened note about my achievements and my platform. So I'm Dr. Sindhu Bhaskar, as Rachna ji has introduced me to you, chairman of EST Group, led by EST Global Inc., based at Cambridge Innovation Center, MIT Boston. I'm in Miami right now. Again, Rachna ji told you about it, and I'm about to welcome the midnight. So in this quiet moment, it is great to deliberate on such an important topic, an important proposition like market expansion via digital inclusion. I will start with my own platform. That my EST platform has 4 verticals: BranchX, neobanking, digital banking, EasyPay, global wallet, AgriTech as a tool for rural economic regeneration, healthcare for all through our automated AI, ML, IoT based Raha, Cubicle, and EST Fab, which is the Center for Enlargement and Delimitation of Digital Knowledge Spheres to Remote Areas. Once digital knowledge percolates, it will create the groundwork for the real inclusion. Market expansion vis-a-vis inclusion is not dependent phenomena, but I think each is contributing to each other to create the other. It is in real sense a chicken and egg situation, I should say, and it is a debatable topic. But from my viewpoint, what I feel that market expansion cannot create digital inclusion, but yes, inclusion can definitely create market expansion. But I will more succinctly put it at in place of inclusion. If there is inclusion with prosperity, then it is going to enhance the market expansion. And with this, I will set the tone of my presentation. That market expansion via digital inclusion appears to be a small segment, but it is a huge palette wherein various shades are coming together, uniting to create a digital economy of inclusion. Market is the interplay of economic forces, with participants requiring capital to shop, while inclusion is a socio-economic condition. That is why I said inclusion with prosperity can enhance the market dimension. And moreover, with tokenization, digital economy, digital assets, global wallets, the whole canvas of marketing has expanded to great extent. Now, the historically, we should see that the narrative of every topic has changed because of the great divide created by COVID. So now we have to talk in terms of pre-COVID and post-COVID. So if we try to focus on narratives involving these two segments, then we see that the focus is on couple of topics like inclusion, which is a cultural parameter. It needs to focus on this diversity, equality, and inclusion model. Financial inclusion, money should reach the vast majority of people through digital surrogates, as fiat needs to go away or it should take the back seat, as we have been talking around, because governments are also trying to have digital currency, central bank digital currency, CBDCs. So there is whole say change in the dynamics after this digital revolution. Digital inclusion, knowledge and educational basis is important for the adoption of the digital knowledge. SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, overall development model and vision of our efforts and the government of the land. These are all the focus areas and the narratives that we are seeing in the post-COVID times. ESG is, again, of course, we have been talking about ESG and all, but now there is more focus with the depletion of the environment safeguards, which has been with us through ages. Now it is depleting, so we have to be more focused towards environmental, social, and governance. So these are the regulatory frameworks which is available for the corporates, and they should try to use these guidelines to preserve the nature for all and equal opportunities to all. Because COVID-19, it has accelerated the deployment of new technologies of the fourth revolution. So it is reshaping how we work, how we shop, how we learn, how we socialize, and even go to hospital, doctors. So it has totally transformed our way of living and our life. It has become, and all those changes are threatening to become permanent, even though COVID has been under control. Now, the area after all this, I should say, the narrative is that the format of market is changing, commodities online and delivery system is changing, fintech and payment medium has changed, logistic patterns have changed, market has scaled to in all horizontally and vertically. Market management system, information system, MMIS has come up to read the market and to further explore the possibilities of expansion of market and to have more beneficial marketing tools so as to create more profitability for the participants who are shoppers or who are sellers. So sellers, buyers both need to be taken care of. Then all these technologies which are mostly affecting and greatly affecting all our activities are blockchain based supply chain management system, traceability system, artificial intelligence, machine learning, Internet of Things, IoTs, robotics, drone, and now the master of everything is your metaverse, wherein all sorts of marketing is being created in metaverse, and all institutions also are trying to go ahead in metaverse so as to showcase their product. But again, we will see how these markets and how these situations are creating a different type of setup in the society also. Now, with multiple market models are available with these technological developments, and in our like agri system, we have created P2P, local market, district state market, national market, international market, and barter system. Now in barter system, it is, we call it instant crop to cash conversion, so ICCC. Now these markets did exist. It is not that we have created something new, but the connect was missing. So when you are trying to create an ecosystem which is going to be integrated and interacting to each other, all these marketing modalities and marketing techniques will make a difference, and they will make a real sense. And that is what we have tried to do. Now, the whole gamut of P2P, if you see, has changed. Before COVID, P2P means across the counter, over the counter. So it was physical transaction that we have been doing. But with all this digitization and technology that has crept in, what we are seeing and why we are seeing is because of COVID. There had to be a distance that had to be maintained. So physicality had to give way to distance, and to cover and to bridge that and cover that gap of distance, technology was there with their digital framework, digital marketing facility, digital wallets, digital display systems. So everyone could attend to all their needs and requirements, and there was nothing that they could not take care of. So this changed the whole concept of P2P. So now it is peer-to-peer, and peer-to-peer it breaks all the shackles and boundaries that countries have created with their own regulations and different measures because of the digital wallets and digital system. That is why you see cryptocurrencies are under attack, because the value of money or cash that it was there with fiat currency, that is being transferred via digital mode through wallets, and it does not get restricted by the local legislations or regulations. That is why government is opposing it and trying to put different shackles on that. With all this digital development, the new trade technology emerged with supply chain management system. Different types of commodities also came up, and the frequency of production of those crops, production of those items for different markets in different season. So we became more precise in our productive system for the market. And with digital prowess and know-how, the trade technology took altogether a different turn, and global value chains were created, and that is how the wealth of nation is being carried from one place to other place, and it is an integrated and interactive model. That is why business is expanding. You are able to expand your market, scale your market, and that is what we are looking for, that how we can scale our product and scale our platform. So this is how all the different transformative digital technologies are doing to our efforts. But the most pronounced change has been in the field of payment system, because when the digital revolution started, the basic concept was to attack the fiscal system and the banking system because of the long transfer time and large service charges. So those were the two parameters which were came under first attack, and that is why now we see so many different things have come in the market. We are talking of mobile money, e-wallets, crowdfunding, cross-border remittances, alternate scoring models. All these have come with the new technology, which is having the full capacity to change the dynamics of the payment system. Now your cryptos are there, tokens are there, like Bitcoin is there. They have totally transformed the payment system. But even let me give you the case of India. We have UPI, Unified Payment Interface. That is like Bhim Pay, and RuPay is also working with that. It has become so popular that it is getting launched in different countries as well, because it has the interoperable payment modality and payment system. So you can create anything, you can create any product, but if it does not have interoperability, then it is not going to give you any result. Why interoperability is so important? Because now we talk of ecosystem, and ecosystem, all the participants have to get interactive to each other, and that is how the development happens. So these are different modalities and changes that we are facing in our system due to digital transformations. Now, scaling, when we are trying to scale the market, I will give you one more example from one of our products in agriculture. We are creating the rural verse to launch it by next year. In that, what we are trying to do, we are trying to create the meeting point for buyer and seller. Now, why we have to do it? Because we are trying to create the seal of authenticity, trust level we have to create, because in digital parlance and digital environment, trust is a very big demand. So until unless you have trust factor, and you cannot survive in the market. So in this rural verse, we are not only trying to integrate all the participants on our platform, wherein they can do all the discussions which you are seeing on the left hand side, but even the overseas buyers and sellers, or even national buyers and sellers, can meet each other. They can with the AR/VR, and in real time they can see, inspect the crop and the product, and then go ahead with the digital completion of the transaction with smart contract and all that. And of course, you have the payment system, digital wallets, electronic payment systems. So everything is taken care of. No one has to move from one place to another. When all these things, so many things are happening in the system and changes are taking place, you have to have an analysis of all the behavior patterns that are going to create this whole system and the ecosystem. And that is what machine learning and your artificial intelligence, they are trying to create the consumer predictive analysis, that what should be the time when they should be contacted, what should be time when they should be, the call should be followed up with different communications, or different product can be offered to them. So the whole gamut of an individual experience is recorded, and then accordingly marketing strategy is created and planned for the different companies and platforms. Now, this is what I call, it is all part of market management information system, MMIS. Like in MMIS, you are creating and collecting all possible data of interaction, integration of the buyer, seller, intermediaries, logistic partners, financial partners. So basically, you are creating the unique world wherein all the participants are coming together, and all the records are getting created. So market management system, MMIS, it also creates a trust factor, because you are trying to collect all the nuances of a trade, nuances of different parties and idiosyncrasies, as we call it, also to continue the business in an inclusive model. And it recalls the different tiers of rural, semi-urban, urban markets. So all different tiers you can collect, and you can have a predictive model and full information system to guide your marketing strategy. Like I gave you that we have developed that P2P, local market, district market, state market, national market, international market, and even barter system. So all those data is collated there in our market management information system, and it not only gives you the requirements in various markets, but also the pricing in various markets. Is there any government subsidy available for any location specific or say product specific transaction? What are the sale purchase trends in different markets, in different months, different seasons, for different products, different commodities? What will be the most rewarding market for anyone? and more suitable and economic logistic partner for you. If you have to make a shipment to say any African country, now you need to see from your onboarded logistic partner which is offering you the least pricing, and accordingly you can choose. So what happens with all these systems and all these data integration that you have created on your dashboard, you are able to maximize your benefit, and you are also able to create a trusting partner for all your transactions. So with all this nexus of data, the trust seal is created for the seller as well as for the market, because market also knows this is a trusted buyer, this is a trusted seller. More and more frequency of buying and selling, you can further say that these buyers and sellers are authentic and genuine, and you can depend on their orders and there will not be any issue. But when, like any system is there, it has its own nuances and its own problems and its own shades. So every activity has its own gray area. So even in digital transformation, we have the gray area, because the digital transformation has moved at a very, very different pace and speed. It has outclassed everything, whereas all the social mobility features and factors are moving at a slower pace. So what is happening? The earlier features of, say, what I will like to call it, say, monopoly or acquisition or landlordism, that is getting converted in form of technical monopoly, technical landlordism, or technical acquisition. So holding of the yesteryear is also becoming holding in digital manner. That is why you see the volatility in cryptocurrencies and bitcoins. Why it is happening? Because of the sharks and whales who are operating in the market. So they don't respect that market philosophy and market system, and that accumulation pattern and accumulation desire creates the ripples in the market and troubles in the market. So these are the problems in digital transformation because of the unequal development, and moreover there is still unequal access to remote learning. So we don't have full access to share this knowledge. So we have a platform which is called EST5, Fintech and Blockchain Association. In this, we are trying to create the digital empowerment by using students go to those remote areas and take classes and share knowledge. And for that, the methodology is that we have created a chain of our partners in different universities and colleges, and we are developing their faculty also, creating centers of excellence, and we are making those centers as the centers for student exchange program from those remote areas, so that they can be trained and experienced, and they can see how world is moving, and they should also try to be interested in accumulating and getting that knowledge. So these are the things what we need to do to bridge the digital divide and the digital gap that has surfaced in our market, or say in our society. But everything depends how interactive is our model. If you see these two pictures, you can see all the financial institutions, buyers, suppliers, technology providers, logistic providers, trade organizations, government and regulations, everything is connected to each other. Unless we have a unison model in which everything is united and we are working in one particular direction, then only we can have a fruitful and very rewarding society and rewarding result, as a matter of fact. And you can see all different trade finance interoperability foundation, digital trade enablers, all these institutions and participants, they are doing their job, but everything is moving within this interactive model. So we have to become a big cosmos in which all different functions and all different activities are happening. Scaling of market has to have an inclusive development also. So there has to be a purposeful scaling of market. Now, again, I will give you the example of my platform AgTech, in which the whole composite banking is being used as a unified, secure, sovereign banking solution for the platform. And the platform stands on 4 organic legs. capital aggregation, capital utilization, capital replenishment, and marketplace. Again, you can see the fourth vertical is marketplace, which is very, very important, because if you are creating capital, if you are creating deposit, that has to move through marketplace, then only you can augment the value of your capital and you can increase the rotation of your capital. So this is all part of our agritech platform, and it is a huge platform wherein everything is under one umbrella, and we are trying to control all these different activities so that we can give it a positive direction and move towards inclusion for a definite result. And it should not boomerang on us, or it should not fail. So the whole ecosystem and the inclusive model runs like this, that the bank is there, which is extending all support through micro loans, money transfer facilities. In BranchX that is launched in India for the last 1.5 years, we have a fiscal model. So we have agent model of direct money transfer. So we call it human ATM. So they are connected to different rural areas, and if anyone needs any money or want to deposit anything, these agents are there. All the rural shops, they are our POS. So that is how we are trying to take the digital transformation to those areas, and we are incentivizing them to adopt all those practices. And that is why the charges are also the minimal, because if we are going to have a profit motive, then we cannot create impact, we cannot create inclusion, then it will be only plowing of profit. And you have seen so many microcredit facility providers, they had to wind up the shop, or they had to come under the audit of Reserve Bank of India, only because it became a tool for plowing of profit and using their capital to make more earning for themselves. And you can see one very beautiful concept here, rural exchange. So we have created this rural exchange. Of course, I have not executed it because it is going to be a part of a later version of AgTech. We are in the process of having the permission from SEBI. So this rural exchange is the source of wealth creation, and wealth churning of wealth is going to be done here. And these tiny rural industries, they have to come up as real rural industry with forex earning, that I have showed that how they are. We are creating overseas connect so that their product can go overseas and they can earn forex, and they can have their equity being traded on a rural exchange, because every area then will have its own economic development, and that rural economic development will be diverse from the urban industrial economic development, which is guiding every time, and it is in a way sucking it, so that rural economy is never independent in its development. It has to be guided and molded by industrial economy. That is why there is migration pattern towards cities, and here you will have home-centered migration. So with all this, you are creating a real wealth for farmers, and that adoption of digital technology and the platform is opening new vistas for them and expanding market. And also when they are connected to different marketplace, like through BranchX, we have even connectivity with Amazon and other Flipkart and all, so that they can convert their earning, if at all they want, to buy anything. So we are also taking the marketing factor to remote areas, but we have to empower them. We have to create money in their hand to create the market expansion. So all this is happening with that one black thing in your hand, the mobile phone, which creates the whole clan digital journey. And that is the source of inclusion and empowerment and all sorts of expansion, be it health, be it market, be it insurance, be it participation in any other government program. Everything is through that mobile. So mobile has become the main carrier for all this digital journey and creating the empowerment and creating all the market. But as every technology has its up and down, so there are, of course, some problems with digitalization also, because after COVID, it became a must situation for everyone. So those small and petty traders and corner shops who did not even have those technical know-how, they had to adopt it as real thing that they must have it. Otherwise, they don't survive. So with that compulsory layer of adoption of digital technology has put them in some sort of problem because they don't have that ideas. So now they have to cope with all the digital security and uh, like online marketing, and which is all those things are not, they are not aware of those things. But still, we don't have a negative view of all these things. This revolutionary feature of digitalization has is creating inclusion, and this inclusion with prosperity is expanding marketing of all sorts of things, be it health, be it insurance, be it banking, be it money, be it anything. Even individuals are being exchanged from one place to another. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity, and thank you, Rasnaji, for inviting me. And I hope all of you like the session. Thank you once again.
Amazing insights about how market inclusion can really be key to empowering. And I think the digital journey, mobile phones in the hand, can bring in the transformation that generations together have probably not seen or thought of. I think this kind of vision is amazing. We would want to have a quick question that we have is there some benchmark on the growth that you have observed across continents or countries where we imagine India to be a very, very savvy country or moving very fast? Would you want to share something about other geographies as well on the same?
Yeah, what I have seen, that see, M-Pesa is very active in Africa, and they are, I should say, they are more active and more result oriented than our Paytm also. Because I believe in India, Paytm is the best possible thing that has happened, and because it is, go to any vegetable seller also, you will see the board with QR code. So taking money. So, but M-Pesa degenerated into profit making. Of course, they are differentiating their activities. They are going into adding new activities to it, but their interest factor is so high that it is failing to create that inclusion. Even though they are percolating the rural market, but they are not able to create that inclusion because people don't want to have it. Secondly, these things are possible only if you have a mobile platform. If you don't have a mobile platform, inclusion is not there. If inclusion is not there, there is no market expansion. Now we are talking of 5G network. There they don't even have 3G network. So how can you carry that load, and how can you carry the weight of that data to be transferred from one place to another, one entity to another? So all these things have to be looked into, and that is why I always say that we have to be very, very inclusive in our working model, and it has to be a very composite model. When every activity will start integrating and interacting with each other, there will be different islands, small islands of economies, and they will then again start interacting with each other to create the larger economy. Because these small economies create the national economy. National economy is not something on its own. Small economies, small sectors, they are contributing to that. So that is the agenda which we have to plan and use, even with digital technology. Right now, digital technology is moving at a surface level, wherein we have that again, tech haves and tech don't haves. So like that situations. So we don't have to have that sort of situation, because everything technology is elitist right now. How many people you see in India? So many agricultural platforms were there. They raised money also. Now they are disappearing. So you have to have a consistent model, and you have to have a consistent, like I should say, support system for your platform. As a financial institution, I cannot always go to the market to raise capital for basic activity. You should have your own survival system by which you can survive and you can perform. So basically, these are the ideas with which I am working and I have been working, and I think I have been getting very good connect and very good success also with that.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bhaskar. It's been really enlightening to understand how in the post-pandemic era, customer journey can take things to really far away distances that we had not imagined earlier. I think, thank you very much. How would people want to connect with you? I think you're all present on LinkedIn, and if associates would want to join you or something, I'm sure you're
Sure.
always having a welcoming approach.
Yeah. My presentation also had my email, phone number, LinkedIn, everything, so they can connect, and anything what I can do, I will definitely do.
All our audience, do connect with Dr. Bhaskar. Should you be interested in joining and figuring out how can you help in market expansion. So thank you very much for your time, Dr. Bhaskar. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
We are delighted.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all.